Here's the second half of the fat pack for Fate Reforged. I'm going to open the other packs, the 5 packs that come with this nice 20-sided dice that you can use, or die, I think it's the word, that you can use to record your life total. There you go. So let's do one of my favorite activities. Is crack packs. The only way to pull a 25-cent Planeswalker, even if you pull a bunch of crap along with it all the time. Okay, here's your rules reference card, the same that came in Magic 2015, which I hear is the last core set. Yeah, when you unglue it, very nicely done. It's got some very simple rules for new players. I like that. Feel like a new player still. So here are the 5 packs. So I'm gonna open, let's open 3 and then 2. All right. Or 2 and then 3. Let's do it that way, that's right. Because that way I can leave the last 3 up there. Okay, there's that Naga card with Delph. I just opened that in the other 2 packs. I always like to open the packs on, you know, in the video. Not that it matters. It's not like I'm opening legends or anything. So this card, straight out of the pack, notice it came with a little nick. Anyways, it's only a common, so that's not a big deal. But duly noted, as we always say. All right, so Sultai Emissary, 2-drop. When it dies, manifest the top card of your library. Let's check out Manifest to see what happens to it. Will of the Naga, it can be a 2-drop, but it's really a 6-drop if you don't delve correctly for it. It's a tapper, and it's got the Tamiyo ability, so they don't untap the next turn. The Sky Captain is a 4/2/2, and when it dies, you bolster 2, so you better have something else in the battlefield when it dies. Otherwise, you can't give it to anybody. Then, like I said in the previous video, Harsh Sustenance, I really like this card because you deal X damage and you gain X life for the number of creatures you control. That can be good. Here's another captain. Here's one of the room marks. So it gives flying on top of +2/+2 if you have a red or a white. So I think it's Jeskai, of course, aptly named. That's what I played in the pre-release. Enhanced Awareness. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card for 5. So it looks like a limited battle trick. Typhoid Rats. I always love the rats. I have a soft spot in my heart for all these magic rats. And it's got Death Touch. Great card, in my opinion. Grim Contest. You can target a creature-to-creature combat. If you have something with Death Touch, very useful. Dragon Bell Monk. It's got Vigilance, 3/2/2 with Prowess. Prowess is a very nice battle trick. It's working out, I think, really well for some cards, some players. Dousing Gloom, a 3-drop, instant. It deals 2 damage to target creature and you gain 2 life. Not bad. More like a limited trick, in my opinion. The Cleric, you gain 3 life. It's all right. 4-drop, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. If you're playing green, that can really help. But it's a 4-drop, so I would say this is a limited. This is to play in limited. Junk, 5/3/5 vanilla beast. Sandstep Outcast, 3/2/1 with the templating where you get to choose either drop a token or get a counter. Smoldering Ifrit, when it dies, deals 2 damage to you, but it's a 2/2/2. That's not great. Not great at all. Goblin Heel Cutter, I always love goblins, 4/3/2 with dash. I am looking forward to playing dash. It looks like it's in some red and black creatures. You drop it, you hit with it, and then you put it back in your hand. Nice. Hunt the Weak, which I think is a reprint from a previous set. I forget if it was an Instrat. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and then you pick which creature fights. But it's a sorcery piece, so you're limited in how you can use it. Then the room mark for Mardu, which means that you have to have a white or black permanent to get first strike, but you still get +2/+2 regardless, so that's pretty good. Then Ambush Krotig, 6/5/5 with Trample. And you got return another creature you control to its owner's hand. Not one of yours. It can be one of your opponents when it enters the battlefield. That can be pretty good for a common, in my opinion. It's already 655. That's not bad. Grave Strength. I'm looking forward to playing this card because you pick a creature, then you put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, and then you put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each creature card in your graveyard. That can be really nice if you've already been dumping into your graveyard a bunch of critters. Very nice, I think. Battlefront Krushak cannot be blocked by more than one creature, and each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter cannot be blocked by more than one creature. 5/3/4. That's a nice battle trick. It's all right. Wild Lash, which I like. Ferocious. So if you've got a critter with 4 or more, the damage cannot be prevented. Deals 2 damage for 1. That's nice. You know, there's a similar card in Innistrad that was just a 1 for 2 damage. This at least gives you a little more than that. I don't think that card was uncommon, though. I think that card was common. Pilgrim of the Fires is an artifact creature, 7/6/4 with first strike and trample. That's all right. I'll take it. Then Light Form, an enchantment when it enters the... Oh, this is the one of like Cloud Form. So Light Form. I get it now. So it becomes an aura when it comes in, and you can manifest the top card. So I guess manifest has been given to more than one color, and at least I'm seeing it in white and blue. Okay. Then Noxious Dragon, one of your uncommon single color dragons. This one's the black one with flying. And when it dies, you may destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. 6/4/4 though. That's a little heavy. There's your rare. And Archfiend of Depravity. I really like this card. A 5/5/4 flyer. And at the beginning of each opponent's end step, that player chooses up to 2 creatures he or she controls, then sacrifices the rest. I think this is a really nice card. I can't wait to play it. Wait a minute. 2 rares. That's weird. Because you saw that, right? There's 2 rares in this pack, but they're not, one of them is not foil. So there you go. One more packaging error, and I like it, Wizards. I want to start counting what this pack has. Okay, so I did get 3 uncommons. 3, 6. I got 10 commons. This is a regular pack, except somebody gave me an extra rare. I like it. Thank you very much. Frontier Siege. And you get to pick either cons or dragons, not cans. It's the Green Siege. So that's very nice. I like the sieges. I want to play them all. So I got one of them. Extra rare in a pack. Boy, that's pretty good. I hope we get more of those in these packs. There you go, and then some other stuff. So there you are. One of those packaging errors that help us. I like it. Temur War Shaman. And then let's see what happened here. No, that's it. It's only that one pack. Oh well. You get lucky every now and then, and there's your manifest. Okay, let's get going because I've got 3 more packs to open. I don't want to make this video too long. All right. That's nice. An extra rare in a pack. That hasn't happened to me before. I did open 2 mythics recently in a pack. 1 foil. Of course, that always happens. I didn't get that in the video, but that's okay. Okay, so here's the same comment on top. Okay, so here's more of that little packaging issue. This card, you can barely tell, but it's got a little nick. You can barely tell because I don't think the focusing on this webcam I can control enough to get it right. All right, so let's go back a little and do these 3 at a time. Okay, Aven Surveyor, you get a choice whether you return target creature to its owner's hand or you put a +1/+1 counter. Okay, the Room Mark for Abzan. Another Aven Surveyor. Ancestral Vengeance, the 2-drop enchantment. You give it the creature -1/-1, and you get a counter. It's a good idea not to kill a creature so you can still get your devotion if you like out of it. There's another one. War Flare. Creatures you control get +2/+1, so it's a battle trick. Soul Summons, Manifest card. Ethereal Ambush, 5-drop manifest the top 2 cards of your library. A common, I'm not sure about that. Another War Flare. Another Soul Summons. Hunt the Weak, which was reprinted before, as I mentioned. Sultai Skullkeeper. Put the top 2 cards, okay, of your library. So this is a blue-black self-mill. Mastodon 3/3/2 with Ferocious, so you get a +1/+1 counter if you got a big critter. Defiant Ogre, another one of these choices. You destroy target artifact or get a counter, but it's a 6/3/5. That's really heavy. Definitely a common. Enoch Guide, another one of these choices that you get. Alicia's Vanguard, Dash, that's very interesting. Let's do some of these. Fierce Invocation, manifest the top card. So let's find out, but it's a 5-drop. It's still a 5-drop. The Room Mark for Temur. You enchant something or you give it something from that wedge. Tassigurt's Cruelty. Sorry about that lighting thingy. There we go. It's got Delph. So it's a 6-drop, but it could do a 1-drop if you had enough things in your graveyard. Each opponent discards 2 cards. That's not bad. Alicia's Vanguard, again, Dash, 4/3/3. And then Dragon Bell Monk. It's got Vigilance and Prowess at 3/2/2. Refocus. Draw a card. Another Summons. Bathing Dragonfire. Fire. Deals 4 damage. The Mastodon again. Okay, Defiant Ogre again. Another Enoch. Or Enoch. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Alicia. It's Vanguard. And then I got one of these in the pre-release that was actually damaged from the printing. The top layer, which is very thin, was actually partly off here, so it didn't get glued. I wish I had the card with me. Anyways, there's your Mardu Scout 2-drop 3/1 with Dash. Then Lotus Eye Mystics, Prowess, 4-drop 3/2. Then Mardu Shadow Spear, which I really want to play. It's got Dash. Karsi High Priest, and one of the sacrifice cards with Manifest. Sudden Reclamation. This is probably to feed green-black strategies. Put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard, then return a creature card and a land card from your graveyard to your hand. It doesn't have to be the cards you just put in. That's really a nice distinction. Oh, great. Monastery Siege. I love this card. Love this card. I was so looking forward to pulling it. One of my favorite cards in the whole set. So the Blue Siege is very aggressively costed. It's a 3-drop. And with cons, at the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card, then discard a card. That can be really good. And then the Dragons one is also awesome. Spells your opponents cast that target you or permanent you control cost 2 more to cast, and it's an enchantment. Very nice card. I got a foil Room Mark behind it, and then a land. Okay, that's great. Then Ruthless Instincts, a choice. 3-drop instant. Then Fascination, which I really like. Each player draws X cards. If you make the right deck for it, it can be like Prosperity in one of the old Legacy sets. Yeah, and then see, oh, Tassigor, that's really nice, man. That's a nice rare. Sage's Reverie, enchant creature. When this card enters the battlefield, draw a card for each aura you control that's attached to a creature. That's pretty good for, it's a 4-drop. That's pretty good. And then you distribute counters. Hero's Blade. We'll see what happens with these artifacts. Lightform, which I talked about before. And then Alicia. So wow, these 3 packs in the Fab Pack each have what I consider to be a really nice money card from the set. So Alicia, who smiles at death, is the first strike It's the red with hybrid Manacos, and then Tassigor is the black with hybrid Manacos, and of course the hybrid Manacos are for the wedge.